from the character to the rest of the town. Sorry, I guess.
Okay, so and following what you're saying, you know, there are like 4 or 5 stories that talk about art. You know, that we have like you know, folklore. You know, folklore is very important. Folk music is very important in this wind homeland. Paintings, you know, there's a story of a very important painter here. There's a story of another painter. There's a story about a poet and a writer. You know, how does artwork, and let me rephrase again the question that I had posted to you. What is the reaction of artists against, you know, the shrinking of your town, and the fact that, you know, it's going to be blown away by a heavy wind?
Well, that's one of the subjects that I love the most, because I really admire artists. Matter of fact, I think I have the opportunity of coming here, you know, traveling, because, you know, we joined forces with Eduardo, you know, to show literature, you know, around the continent, because we've been in Argentina and Colombia and now here in the United States. But basically, I could say that I am not as talented as many of them, but they don't have the chance of coming here, you know, and confront, you know, an audience, you know, like you, and explain and be able. They can't afford it, first of all, and second, they don't have the opportunity because they haven't been given importance. So basically, the artists of my hometown are a little bit ignored, and that's the reality. And we have such a wonderful group of painters, and we have performance artists, which is a relatively new, you know, discipline over there. We have you know, musicians that they're trying to react in a way. They're trying to, you know, rescue that hometown from the oblivion. And the way they do it is, you know, bringing their art, or just interacting among them, and but in a very, very primitive scale or dimension. Some of them try to talk about, you know, the hometown, because they don't want people to forget about it. They know that they won't have you know, quite a good chance, you know, to make it. And some of them want to heal something from within, and well, a big part of it, they're trying to manifest against, you know, the things that are going on, and they want to be heard. So basically, I wrote, you know, quite a few stories about artists. I really admire the painters. One in particular, his name is two in particular. His name is Mario Sanzano, which is he's the biggest artist we have, and he's like an ambassador of my hometown, the whole world. And the other one is a she. Her name is Gabriela Francescon, and she's a great artist too. And it's like a fictional interview that I had with her, which is something strange, but it's already there. I talk about music and all the composers, and I had this dream of bringing all the artists, you know, of my hometown, the ones that I really admire, and I'm sure that the ones that I admire that are not in the book, but just bring them along, sort of, you know, with my book, and just, you know, spread their ideas throughout the continent. So I'm not sure if I'm going to make it, but, you know, the intention is in there.
Okay, one of the elements that I like the most